Hi there, welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. I hope you're having a great time. If you're coming back over here though, what's up, mozas? Yes, I've decided to call you guys mozas. If you don't know, chismosa means like gossiper in Spanish, and that's basically what I'm just calling you guys. As you can see today, it's a little bit different setup. I'm trying something different. Lighting is coming from my little vanity mirror I have right here, so if I look a little ghosted out, that's totally okay. I really want to showcase the products that I'm bringing out today as well and show the colors on them. I realize with me, I don't exactly saturate the colors as much as I'd like to, so I'm going to really try that today as well to try to do that for you guys, okay? So the product that I want to try today is from a makeup company called HIPDOT, and they made a Tapatio makeup line, and I'm going to be trying a couple of their products. I didn't get all of their products that are in that. I didn't get the big, like, huge like PR package that they send people. I didn't buy that myself, but I'm really excited to try what I got and what they have to offer for that. So first I'll be talking about packaging. So starting off with the packaging, this is the envelope it came in. It's like one of those envelopes that has the bubble wrap inside, and then it has the HIPDOT logo on the back. Of course, I'm not showing you guys the front, but it's like a fuchsia color, and it's really cute, really pink, and I'm really glad it came in something like this. That way I absolutely know this is what it is, and that's what I got. I'm really happy with that. So the first thing that I will be trying out is this sponge. It's a Tapatio sponge. It has a little logo of Tapatio right there, if you can see that. Ooh, right there. It has a little logo of Tapatio right there. And I was really curious to see if it was so indented that it could like stamp the skin once you use it. I will be doing that. I'm gonna go right on here. I don't think it will, just because of how soft this is. It is very soft. It almost feels like memory foam, which usually sponges don't feel that way. It is just very soft, so I'm curious to see how it looks under the eye and on the face. I was just going to use this on the face, but once I opened it and then put water on it and washed it, it grew so big, and it's supposed to look like a little hot sauce drop, which I think is really cute as well. So this is the packaging it came in, and then once I washed it, this is how big it got. So it could fit in there, but it's going to be a tight fit if I try to put this in dry. So don't put it in dry. You probably shouldn't put anything that's wet in a enclosed space anyways. That's how like mold and stuff gets in these, and bacteria gets in them, which by the way, whenever you get a beauty blender or a makeup sponge, you always have to wash it first. The reason being is because usually to get the really vibrant colors like they do have in either this or the regular beauty blenders you get at like Sephora, or even the orange beauty blender that I usually use, those have a lot of dye on them so that it looks pretty when you pick it up. It looks so vibrant, but then once you wash it, you can see a lot of the dye actually coming off of it. This one didn't have as much dye, I feel, that came off of it. I think this is actually just the color of the actual sponge, but it grew so big, from like this big right here to this. So I will be actually using it on for foundation. I wasn't going to, but because it came out so big, I'm going to use it for the foundation. Usually I use the Morphe E31 brush, and I like it because it's a little dense. I don't usually get a lot of Morphe things, but I think I have like 3 in all in my collection. And this is one of them. This one I absolutely love. This has actually gotten me the results of a beauty sponge of what I usually do, and this one lasts a longer time, I feel, at least, than a beauty sponge does. And a beauty sponge, well, a beauty blender is 20 bucks. This was about 15 bucks, and I could keep using this as long as I wash it. So I feel like this was more of a deal than a beauty blender is, but let's see how long this will, if it works well, let's see how long this will keep being on my face. Eyeshadow palettes. And I was so excited for these eyeshadow palettes. In my own collection, I don't have a lot of reds. I don't have a lot of yellows. So I was really excited for this. And as you can see, it's in bubble wrap. So let me show you guys how thoughtful they were with this packaging. So there's a whole thing of bubble wrap around it. And then they're in their own little bubble wrap packages as well. So the first palette I'm going to be looking at right now is this yellow one. It's a gold one. So it's just called Tapatio Pigment Palette. And it's by HIPDOT. So look at this gorgeous, I don't know if I can, hold on, let me turn off this light real quick. I don't know, you can see the packaging a little bit better. So you can see this right here, and it has the Tapatio on there, and it has a lot of really pretty designs on it. And it has the Tapatio man, of course. And then it shows you actually all the colors that you'll be looking at and using in here. I really like that they have this green color. And I'm excited to try something. I turned the light back on. Let me show you. So so there's a covering on it, and then you can open it up, and it's the exact same thing. Once you open it like that. It looks like in the back that they wanted to put the palette colors, but they didn't in the actual part right here. It's kind of boring in the back. But other than that, you can actually feel all the indents that are on here. That's really nice. I really like things like that. I'm a very sensory type of person, so I love when I can actually touch and feel the actual packaging. So when I first opened this up, here are all the colors, and I think they look gorgeous. And I also love all of the names for them. So this one right here is called Spicy Mommy. This one is Fuego. This one is Salsa Picante. This one is Con Limon, which I thought that was such a good, I felt like for this one, that was such a good name for this. Oh my gosh. Drip, which is this one, and then Bonita, which is that one. Alright, so I'll be showing you on this side of my arm where, or what the colors look like. So this one is Spicy Mommy. There you go. It's very shimmery, and I like that you can very much see it still on my hand. And now this one is Fuego. Fuego is a little bit grainy, so I would watch out for that one. If you have sensitive eyes, then you really want to make sure that you're using, if you want to use this, then you really have to make sure that you're using it very carefully as well. So Fuego is like red, and then it has like a gold glitter to it as well. Salsa Picante is like a nice natural transition color. There's not so much pigment to it, but it's a really nice color just to have. It's a color that you should always have on you. This one is Con Limon, which again, I love that. Ooh, that one is pigmented out of the gate. So it is like a seafoam green. So I've seen that color like when they're doing like Con Limon. It's almost like the limon and chili that they have, which would make sense with this. But like Gatorade has a limon, cucumber con limon, and that's what this looks like. It looks like cucumber con limon, and I think that's what they were exactly trying for. This one is Drip. Ooh, I like that too. That one is very pigmented as well. And that has the same kind of texture as Con Limon, where they feel very buttery and they have a little bit of shimmer to them. And then this one is called Bonita, and it is a darker color right there, and it is a darker color, almost like a berry, I would say. It's not exactly brown, but then it's not exactly red either. It's more of like a berry, or it's more of a transition color, I feel, for when you want to do a little bit of a darker look as well. So those are the colors on my hand and how they look. So there are 6 colors in each one. So those are the ones in this one. So the next one I have, this one you can see a lot better, but it is the Tapatio HIPDOT pigment palette, and I like the color of this. This is the exact color of like the Tapatio sauce, and the man on the front just looks right at home as well. Same thing, a lot of beautiful packaging there. It's basically the same thing on here that it was on the yellow, where it's this beautiful packaging. And then in the back right here, again, it has all the colors in the back with a little description as well about the ingredients that are in here. When I open this up, again, it's going to show the exact same thing. Again, I'm such a sensory person. I love it. And then right here, his whole face right here and everything right there is smooth. Everything right here has little bumps and they feel amazing. When I open up this palette, you can see all the gorgeous colors. I was really happy that a yellow was in this. I was telling my fiance the other day that I don't have like a bright yellow to put on my face, and I absolutely love that. I'm so happy that that's there. The colors, names of these ones are Hotspot, Flame, Saucy, Tap That, Sizzle, and Caliente. So I feel like they thought that a lot more people would get this one. This one doesn't have a lot more of the Spanish feel to it, the Spanish like names, as where this one had con limón, fuego. This one had fuego con limón, bonita, spicy mommy, salsa picante, and drip. See, this one has more of an Americanized feel to it. I'm sorry, but this one has more of an Americanized feel to it. The names are all in English besides caliente, which a lot of people know what caliente means anyways, so I feel like they thought that this would be the best seller and that the yellow one wouldn't be selling as much, which I just got this. They have a package to where you could just get both of them together, and that's what I did. Maybe some people did just get this one, but both of them have beautiful colors in them. I was so excited to get the yellow one because that one had the green in it. This one has the yellow in it, and I'm so excited for it. Okay, so I cleaned off my hand. So this is Hotspot. It's okay. Michael's doing his own work on the side over there too. So this is Hotspot. Oh, that yellow is gorgeous. So this is another glittery, a little bit grainy feel to it. This is called Flame. See, it's a little grainy. I don't know if Fuego and Flame are going to be my favorites in this or not. They're very similar. I think Flame is a little bit darker and Fuego is a more like scarlet, like light red. This one is more like hot sauce, like it's gonna burn you. Flame. And then here's Saucy. Right, that one's very pigmented. I love the color of this one. It's red, but it's like a peachy red, and I like that. It also looks like it blends out there really nice. Okay. And next we have Tap That, which I like that color too. It's a little bit lighter than Bonita, but it is a nice transition color as well. Sizzle is, it looks like a dark brown or a dark plum. I think on my finger it looks brown. On here it looks brown. It's more of a brown, kind of plumpy color. It is very pigmented, and I really am loving that right now too. And then finally we have Caliente. Caliente is just through and through a transition color. I don't even know if you're really going to see it on me. It's going to ash me out a little bit actually. Yeah, there you go. So you can't really see it on me all that well. But that's where, let me try to put another little coat on there for you. Because Caliente isn't very, it's pigmented. Like, don't get me wrong. You could even see it right there. But it's not a color that I would personally go to every time. just because it does blend out with everything so well. Okay, so usually I will do my eyes before I do my face, but because we have the makeup sponge to work with, I do want to do my face first, also because I want to see if the eyeshadow that we're working with today has a lot of fallout as well. So we'll see if that has a lot of fallout. If it doesn't have a lot of fallout, then that would be great. If it does, we're going to see it on us, okay? Okay, so I already primed my face. I put the foundation all over my face like I usually do. Now I'm going to go in with the beauty sponge, and I don't think I'm going to go right on where the Tapatio logo is. I also just don't want the headache of trying to clean that out of it. I'm going to go into it on an angle right there, and I will be trying to get this all together and see how it looks compared to my brush. So I was going to do it where half my face is with a beauty blender, is with this beauty sponge, or half my face with my regular brush, just so we can see the comparison. But I've decided not to do that because I really want to give this a fighting chance into everything, and I don't want to focus on a different beauty tool when I have this one and I'm trying to review this one. So far it looks like it's doing its job, and it did it pretty quickly. I'm guessing it's because of the surface area I have to work with, that it goes with a lot of it. I think that the real test is going to be whether or not this big surface area coming up to this little tiny point right there is really going to get into here. Because if you look at my face right here, it's almost in my eye because of how big it is. So I'm going to really have to see how close I can get it to my eye without poking myself in the eye. So overall, I feel like the foundation is put on pretty nicely. Yeah, it's pretty even. I just would say that I'm just not used to this kind of coverage anymore. Even using like a medium coverage, if you use a brush instead of a beauty blender, the brush takes very little of the product off your face, whereas a beauty blender or a makeup sponge will take that off of your face a little bit more. So yeah, you guys can see the difference right there from clean to not clean right there. Okay, now I have my concealer on, and I really wanted to give it a challenge, so I spaced out all of my concealer, and I really wanted to see if it could really blend it in very well. And I also got it pretty close to where my eye is, so we're gonna see if I can get this in without poking my eye out. So I did find an imperfection that I cannot get with this, and that is between my nostril right here and my face. It's really hard to get that little tiny part in there when you got all the surface area right below it. I think I'll probably have to go in through with my brush to get that part. I think overall it's a nice beauty blender or makeup sponge, but I don't think that it's something that I will use every day. I think I might use it for my concealer. It did do a really good job with that, with blending it through and everything. But I think that in order to get little spots like here and like here, it's just a lot harder to get those spots. So I'll be doing something that I also don't do very much, and that is bake my face. So that way, if there is any fallout, we can definitely see it under my eyes. Yeah, I don't usually bake. I used to when I was younger, but now it just kind of seems like a waste of product, honestly. And it dries the heck out of my face. So, but you know, anything for science. Okay, so I primed my eyelids and I put the airspun on top of it, so now I look really ashy. We are going to start with the Salsa Picante, which is the transition color I talked about. I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to put it all around my face, all around my eyes. It does seem a little powdery. It's coming off a little bit. I'm going to use the same brush, and I will be going into the red palette, and I'll be using Tap That, which is another transition color. I'm only going to go in with this one though in the crease. I'll be now taking more of a flat end brush, and I'll be going into Saucy in the red one as well. I'll be calling the red and yellow palette. And I'm going to go as close as I can to my waterline on the top. Not exactly blending it, but I'm making sure that pigment is on there. I'm going to use a fluffy brush. This is the same one, but it's like a dual makeup brush. But I'll be using the fluffy side of the makeup brush. If you have just another clean fluffy brush, I would use that. And I'll just be blending that in a little bit more to what we already have. And I'll be using that flat edge brush again that I used for Saucy. And I'll be getting Drip and Spicy Mommy together to really get that shimmer in there. And I'll be going in right where I put the Saucy at. I'm gonna really get that shimmer in there. It doesn't look like much fallout is happening. I'm gonna just take off that bake that I had. So I have not contoured, and I do not have blush on yet. So now I'll be getting this brush. It's kind of like a flat edge brush. It just has a little bit more bristles, so it's a little bit more fluffy. But I will be going in. This is the red palette again. So the one I was just using was the yellow palette with Spicy Mommy and Drip. And now I'll be going in with Hotspot, which is that yellow. And I'll be getting that on there. You can see it, how much I'm putting on there. Because I really want this to shine as well. And I'm going to put it above everything. So it's going to look like kind of a sunset. So I ended up taking it sideways where it's more of like a sharper edge. And I'm really trying to get that in there. Now I'll be taking a clean fluffy brush, and I will be just trying to really just get the edges all together. I don't want to take any of that yellow for granted, and I don't want to blend that out too much, you know. Now again with another like flatter edge brush, I'm going to go into Sizzle in the red palette. And I'll be going in my outer corner crease with that. You can still use the same fluffy brush you did to blend in the yellow. I'm going to use the same one to blend in that darker shade we just put in. And since I already did my face, I'm going to go in to do the under part of my eye as well. I will be taking Con Limon, which is that beautiful green color I showed. And I'll be going in the inner corners of my eyes with it. And I'm almost going to be connecting that yellow with the green. And it makes a nice little iridescent look with it. To really just get everything together. And I'm going to take that all the way to about the middle of my eye. Underneath. And then I'll be going back in with that flat brush that I used for Bonita. Or no, that I used for Sizzle. I'm going to go in with Bonita. Because Bonita is a little bit more of a lighter color than Sizzle is. But I'll be connecting that a little bit more on this side too. All these colors are very creamy. Some of them are a little powdery that are a little bit more matte. So now I'm going to do my eyebrows, contouring, blush, eyelashes all off camera. I don't want this video to be too long. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so I finished it off with some lashes. My eyebrows are done and my lipstick. The lashes that I use are from Kiss, So Wispy. I got it at Walgreens if you want to look at that. They are a bit bigger than what I'm used to, but I feel like in order for it to actually show up on camera, I have to get bigger lashes anyways. The eyebrow pencil that I use is the regular eyebrow pencil from NYX in the shade, it's a micro brow pencil in the shade Brunette. And then the lipstick, I just use the ColourPop Villains, or Disney Villains, Evil Queen matte lip. So that's what I finished it off with. So I hope you guys really like this. I really like the way that the makeup turned out. I feel like it does look like a little sunset, and I'm really happy with it. Okay, cool. So thank you so much for being here. Please go look at my socials. I'll put them somewhere up here. I have an Instagram and I have a Twitter. Please go look at those. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye!